Hey guys, this is gonna be a little bit of a brain barf, and I don't know where exactly it's gonna go, so we're gonna see where this goes. But I just have like a concept that came to my mind that I wanted to talk about and touch on. So I grew up a member of the LDS faith, also known as the Mormons. It's not FLDS exactly, so we're not polygamous, but like we believe in Christ. Like, okay, this is my growing up beliefs, right? And to some extent I still believe in these things, like for what it meant to me at that time. So just to break this down a little bit, I grew up a member of this church. My parents were not the type of people that were like, you need to do this, you have to be this way and that way. There was never that much external pressure from them to be some type of way, which I'm grateful for that. But yeah, so I, however, from the time I was pretty young, was like a very spiritual person. It really mattered to me to do the right thing, to learn how to be the best version of myself, to learn from my mistakes, like to listen to powers that were outside of myself, but also yet intertwined within. I was just spiritually in tune from a pretty young age, not religiously, but spiritually. So, but I was in this religion, so that led to like, I'm really grateful for that church because that introduced me to spirituality, that introduced me to things of a higher nature, and to really find a faith in something that was more powerful than me ultimately, but also that loved me and held me. So anyway, I am kind of a rebellious person. Like, part of the reason that growing up I was so like a lot of people I feel like really looked up to me in the church, even people way older than they would be like, you're such a good example, I'm so grateful for your light, like you make a difference, I never thought about it that way, that kind of thing. From a young age, people were saying that to me, even they were much older than I. So I feel like a lot of people in the church really looked up to me for my testimony, my faith, and the way that I shared that and taught people. And it's something that I enjoyed doing. I really love to teach people. I really love to explain concepts and share tools that have helped me on my journey. And that's something I really love to share with people, naturally. So yeah, anyway, I was very dedicated to concepts of truth. I was very dedicated to personal development and spirituality while I was within this church. I grew up a little bit. I saw some things outside of the perspective that I had been sheltered under my whole life, and I realized that a lot of the reason that so many people see this as the only true way to live your life and to be is because that's all they have known. They haven't explored other worlds, other religions, other spiritual concepts and practices. They haven't practiced it. Actually, there's a lot of kind of guidance away from those other types of spiritualities, like especially when it comes to things of the nature of like magic, plant medicines, that type of thing. I have this beautiful plant on my forehead. Anyway, I'm just sitting here with a good friend here in spirit. She's my buddy. She's very helpful in my life. Anyways, yeah, I'll put a link to her video in the description below. You can check her video out. It will touch you, I'm sure. She's a very strong spirit, and she's guided me through many times. Yes. Anyway, check out her video. So, back to my story. Yeah, I just realized that a lot of times that church and that religion was a limitation on my spirituality. It was really a limitation on my spirituality, because a lot of these people were very closed-minded, and if you are seeking truth in this life, you can't be closed-minded. Like, this life, there's a lot to it. There's a lot to learn, a lot to experience. And if you are coming to conclusions without having any experience on the matters you are concluding about, you might need to readjust. Because it is not a journey or a process of pride, ego, closed-mindedness. The spiritual journey is not that way, because we are very complex human beings, and we are not just good. We are not just good. We have light and dark and so much duality within us. And in order to really know oneself and to know God, you must know yourself. And you have to explore all of those different levels and angles and perspectives. And everybody's path is different. So anyway, back to the church and my process out of it. I don't think this church is inherently bad. I think there's some things that have been perpetuated that are very harmful. A lot of shameful ideologies, a lot of judgment, a lot of hypocrisy, a lot of settling for what's comfortable. And like I said, the spiritual journey is not a comfortable path, because it entails a lot. So yeah. And then the other thing was just that when I would go to church, when I would attend meetings, the energy of the people, they were just not very happy. Just kind of I worked with leadership in the church, and I would go to primary where they have the children. I would go, this is such a roast, and I'm sorry to roast the church, but this was a real thing that happened, and really I didn't like. So anyway, I would go to primary because I was playing the piano for my calling, and the primary leadership, they would just get talk for the first 30 minutes before the kids came in about how just their kids, they would just talk bad on their kids and complain. And I was just this is not the energy that you should be leading children in. Even they were not there for the conversation. I find that concerning. And it was all of the leaders participated in this in some way, and that really disturbed me. And I was just these people are not here. These people are not coming here because they are on the pursuit of goodness or truly. But they are there probably because they grew up doing that, and they just are used to that's what you do and you should do this. And these people are here out of tradition and probably a lot of fear and shame, rather than actually devotion to God. And yeah, I was I don't want to be around that energy all the time. I find myself feeling a lot more elevated spiritually, and I find a lot more guidance when I'm able to be away from that culture, and I can find stillness within myself and find stillness within life. Stillness within life. And the culture of that church just did not perpetuate that. So anyway, I step away from the church. I continue on my path spiritually. I'm still continuing on that path to this day. But I feel that a big part of that process was like losing a community. Like, I feel like a lot of people treat me different, especially people of the same like age as me, unless they are also out of the church. But my friends, my close friends, and my just people that were my closest friends, and family members as well, they just treat me differently because I'm not in the church anymore, even though like I'm in a much better like state of mind, state of being. I'm a lot happier in my life. I'm living a more simpler life, and a lot of them do not understand that, and it concerns them, I think, but I'm really happy. I feel really like healthy, in alignment with myself and with God and with the universe, and it's been really powerful. But yeah, I'm really grateful for the journey that I've just had, and I'm really grateful for like divine energies. I don't believe that God is just one man or one woman, but I believe that God is in every single thing around us. He's in and you see, I say he, and I think God is he, I think God is she, I think God is mother, father, brother, sister, aunt, friend, uncle, all of those things. That's how I feel the energy of God is. God is love, ultimately. God is love, ultimately. God is love, ultimately. All of the fear, all of the confusion, all of the doubt, all of the hate, all of the fear, all of those things, are illusions. Now, not to say that the world isn't a scary place. The world can be a very scary place, but the world is also a very beautiful and safe place. The world is also a very beautiful and safe place. We're safe. We are safe. You are safe. So anyway, everything is love. All else is illusion. Okay, guys? So, I believe that God is love. And I believe that it's in everything around us. And I believe that it is so much within us. And that each of us is a unique piece of consciousness. We are a unique piece of God experiencing itself. And all of us together create the whole. We are God. We are divinity. We are God. We are divinity. Okay? That's why it's so important to see people as they are, to do away with assumptions, judgments, hatred, holding on to grudges. We need to forgive each other, forgive others. And you know what? That starts with forgiving yourself. Forgiving yourself is the first step. once we make peace with what is in here, we can make peace with everything. It will teach you, it will guide you, it will direct you to where you need to be. And it all starts within here. That is how you will find your path. That is how you will find your path and where you will find yourself. Ask questions. Go out of your comfort zone. Don't be afraid to examine yourself, to be real honest with yourself. To be real honest with yourself. Because at the end of it, there is no right or wrong. There is only creation. You're creating a picture. It's yours to experience fully, to receive fully, and to love fully. It's learning. We're all here to experience and to learn and to perfect, I believe. I believe we are here to perfect to the extent that we can. And I don't know. I only know what it's like to be me. So I guess like you'll just have to figure out what it's like to be you and let me know what that's like, what that experience has been like for you. Anyway, thanks for listening to my story, my brain barf. You got a really good picture of how my brain works. And thank you for sharing this space with me. Have a beautiful day. Share this video with anyone that you feel like it would benefit, or you feel like they would like it, they would be interested in it. Thank you, beautiful souls. And I hope everything will go smoothly for you. Remember to center within. Love you guys. Goodbye.